Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of It Pricked. It's a rose by yours truly, none other than Doris Wanyagia. So in today's episode, I have the lovely, the most resilient girl I know, the most beautiful girl I know. Like every other kind word you want to use on when introducing a certain lady, I think I would love to use it on this lady. I've known her now for quite some years. She's a very like awesome lady, also done broadcast journalism. That's as far as I know, but I wouldn't want to take the juice away. I want her to do us the honor of introducing herself to us, and I give you Sharon Jebiwot.
Thank you so much, Doris. Yeah, hey guys, my name is Jebiwot Sharon. Yes, I am a broadcast journalist. Currently, I'm a producer and a presenter of some programs that I'll be telling you in a few.
Okay, now Sharon,
Yeah.
I want you to introduce yourself without all that, without your career, without where you come from, without what you do. Who is Sharon?
Okay, Sharon is a young lady, very, very. Let me give myself my flowers. I'm hardworking. I'm hardworking. I'm so focused, and I'm just this easy girl who likes positivity. And yeah, that's just basically how I can describe myself.
Okay,
I've
okay.
never been asked to describe myself.
You want to start, I'm a broadcast journalist.
I
I
know. I'm used
studied.
to that.
I did, we don't want that. We
Yeah.
want deeper. Now, in today's episode, we are going to be talking about living authentically.
Okay.
The reason why I thought of you as a guest for living authentically is because I think I've seen you over the years, just like live your life without letting any odd define you. Exist fully, like not shying, not tiptoeing, but living fully. And I think I would say I'm proud of you. Like,
Thank you.
I've seen you walk life. Okay, for the few years I've known you, I'm talking like I've known you since you were 0 years old. But
Okay.
yeah, and I know it takes a lot. I'm sure it takes a lot. That is why I thought of like bringing you on
Okay.
to talk about living authentically. So that will be our topic today. Like, our episode today is just based around living authentically. And by living authentically, I mean, how do you exist? How do you make your friends? How do you go to work? How do you ensure the challenges you face, because I'm sure they are there, do
Yeah.
not like define you, do not pull you down. And now you mentioned you're a producer. Probably give us your job description.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a producer. I do 2 programs currently at KBC. One is about persons with disabilities. So we just basically talks about issues affecting these people. For a very long time, people have seen persons with disabilities like they're so different. They can't be just like they can't like do things normally like any other person. So in this program, we focus on those issues. We try to create awareness, make people understand that these people are just like any other person. So that's one program that I produce. Another one is on women empowerment, just empowering the girl child. Though we hear like men say we've left a boy child behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, my program is on women empowerment. So I produce and present those 2 programs at KBC. Yeah.
That is so nice, because I think it's a coincidence. You a true depiction and like a vivid picture of this is a normal person. This is a person that can do actually everything else.
Yeah.
Like, just give them the space and they'll do so. So give us a background of who you are. Like, when I see you today right now, for someone seeing you, they wouldn't know you use like a wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
They wouldn't know. They wouldn't tell. Imagine you guys. I don't know. I'm short
Just
of
say
words. I'm
Okay.
saying I wanted to say this beautiful lady here lives authentically. Like she's literally seated here, and she's not like you
Okay.
wouldn't even know unless I ask her, Sindio.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's me
Yeah. Yeah,
actually
you
who is
said it.
bringing it,
Yeah.
Sindio.
Yeah, exactly.
But like take us back to how did you end up like using a wheelchair? How has it been for you? How did you like shine away from all that and you decide, this won't define me?
Okay. So, funny enough, how I came to realize that I have this condition is I didn't sit down with anyone and be told like, you know what, you have this kind of condition. I realized it myself, and before I realized it, there are so many things that had happened previously or in the past, and I'm like, why are these things like happening? So I realized I had this condition when I was 5 years old, and I realized through a friend, a classmate. So we were going home from school, like usually, our home was not like far away from school. So I had a friend like every day after school we'd go home together because we were neighbors. So while we were working, so there's this one day, I don't know what made me late. So I was looking for him and I was like, oh, he's right there. So I went running. I started using a wheelchair in 2014, by the way. Yeah, I
Really?
used to walk, I used to run, I used to do like everything, like just normally. And by that time, still, I had, okay, back to where I was. So I was running, and then I got there and he was like, why do you like run like this? So I was like, what are you talking about? So like he described how I was walking, how I was running, and I was like, okay. So I did not answer because I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I was just like realizing that that's what usually happens. So but I did not ask anyone. I didn't ask my mom. I didn't ask anyone. So later I just sat and was like, oh, so that is why people have been staring. So that's why sometimes I get these like small favors in school, you know. So after that, but I did not like sit down and wanted to know much about it and all that. I just went on with life normally. So I have this condition where it's characterized by weak bones. So I used to walk until when I was after class 8. How old was I? 13?
13?
Yeah, so when I was joining high school in 2014 is when now I started using a wheelchair. So yeah, my dad had a conversation with the doctor, and now he was approaching me and telling me now you'll start using a wheelchair. So I was still in denial. I did not want to because I was like, no, I can walk. I can still do things, you know. But so the doctor explained it to me and told me that your bones are weak and you're growing. So like your muscles are now heavy and your bones cannot bear the weight, so you'll just start using a wheelchair. You don't have like to use it like every day, but don't force your legs to bear the weight because you're hurting yourself. So after the doctor explained all that to me, so that's when I now accepted that, oh, okay, so this is the new normal. It was kind of hard to adjust to that now because that was new. I didn't know it would get to a point where I'll start using a wheelchair. But from high school now, but the good thing about it is I was meeting new people. So like it was like I was introducing myself like, this is
Yeah.
me, and I usually use a wheelchair.
Like I'm like this.
Yeah, I'm like this.
Yeah.
So many people, even those people I met in high school, didn't know that I used to walk. Yeah, so from then till now I use a wheelchair.
So like so it's something like your parents knew since you were born.
That I had this condition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
But I think they thought that I was too young to understand, or maybe they did not know how to tell me. So now, before it got to a point where they were ready to tell me, I had already known.
Now,
so.
how did you how was the transition with the people at home, now the ones that knew you, with seeing how you're now operating?
That was now the biggest challenge because I was like, during the holidays now, I'm from high school, now coming home, people were like, when are you using a wheelchair nowadays? So I'd meet people and some of them were still in denial. No, why are you using a wheelchair and you used to walk? No, you should still continue walking, you know.
Yeah, guy, hata mimi I think I would be one of them because
Yeah.
it's such a drastic change.
Yeah, but it's something that is sometimes had to explain to people, you know, you
Yeah.
can't be telling each and every
Everybody.
person, no, this is what happened. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, this is now, then you have to accept it, you know. I accepted it, so just help me by accepting it also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like, how was it for you? How, like, did you accept it? You know, like,
One thing about me is I've faced so many challenges, but these challenges don't really get into my head because I have things that I want to achieve, and I really believe in myself. So I have this notion of whatever you think, whatever people think, does not really matter.
yeah.
For as long as I know what I'm doing, I believe in myself, I know I can do it, people will catch up later, you know. So it did not really get into my head. I just went on with life normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Now, when you went to high school, now that you're away, you went to a boarding school or a day school?
Boarding school.
A boarding school.
Yeah.
How did you make friends? Because I'm sure you did not carry any of your sisters
I
to
did
school,
not.
but you needed help at times. Like, how was that, and how, like, did you form a circle of people who can support you and help you?
Not really. You know, when I was in primary, you know, the way teachers would ask you, where do you want to go to high school? So I also had
Yeah.
the school that I wanted to join, and it was a boarding school. So at that time, I did not know that I would join Form 1 using a wheelchair. So it had not crossed my mind that I would need much help.
Yeah.
So I had already set my mind that this is where I'm going. It's a boarding school. I would not need my mom or my sis or anyone to be near me. So I can still do things on my own. But it was now a big challenge because now I sat and I was like, so what will happen? But I just talked to God and you know what, God, me, I don't know how I'll do it. But I know you know.
Yeah.
I know you know.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was not really that hard to adjust. But it was a challenge. But I met friends. I don't know. I have this thing with me where I just vibe with people, make friends easily. It was hard for my parents also because they did not know. They were so worried.
Yeah.
But I did not want to show them that I'm also worried.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show them that, you know what, don't worry, I got
Yes.
this. Yeah, so I made friends. And then there was this, what do you call it, these systems and rules in school where when you're joining Form 1, you're given someone to help you and to guide you through,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
So I
Father
was
superior.
Yep, that one, school mother. Yes, so when I joined high school, there were two beautiful ladies who were assigned to just guide me through. Shout out to Dana Veni, she was my school mother. She was so nice to me, so she helped me adjust. And then I made friends, classmates who were
Yeah.
willing to wheel me, because at that time I didn't have an automatic wheelchair, an electric one. It was that manual where people will wheel you around. So sometimes it was a challenge, but I had friends who were so happy and excited to do it. And yeah, so that's just how I adjusted. I made friends, and it was easy.
Okay, that's fantastic. Now, after, like, you're done with high school, how did you decide the kind of career you, like, want to pursue? Why? Like, how Aje?
So funny enough, I'm a journalist, but I grew up knowing that I was going to be a lawyer.
Same.
But then later I realized that is what my parents and what people wanted for me, you know. So after high school, the grades that I got could not allow me to do law. So my second option was journalism. And that is just how I found myself in this industry, media industry and all that.
How has it been so far? Like, I went to school with you, like, we went to the same campus. I've seen you, like, around with activities, become a leader. What keeps you going? What ensures that every other day you're pursuing what you want and you're going for more? Because, you know, you could just decide to exist as Sharon Jebiwot. Ama exist like Sharon Jebiwot. Hi guys, I'm Sharon Jebiwot. Yeah.
So what I always tell people, that my disability does not define me. And sometimes I even forget that I have a disability, you know.
Yeah.
I am used to living like normally, because I I do things like everyone else does. I'd sleep like anyone, eat, go to work, go to school, and I have goals, I have dreams, I have things that I want to achieve, and those are the things that push me, regardless of my disability, because it does not like limit me. It has never limited me to be who I want to be. And it has always actually been my biggest motivation, because people always look at me and they're like, how are you like able to do this? Or sometimes maybe when I would walk to an interview, they would like ask me, you want this position, you're in a wheelchair, how will you like be able to do this job? But and it's very wrong, by the way, because people just see you and they judge you from what they see, and not what they don't like let you do something and judge you from your abilities and what you're able to do. Yeah, so for me, it has never limited me, it has never defined me. I have goals that I want to achieve, and believe in myself like so much that there's so many things that I can do, and I will do them. So each morning I'm like, no, the goals ni zile, we have to work hard, and we have to go get them.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
You go, girl. You've got this. How is it like working in KBC? Like, like how do your colleagues, when you first got into KBC, how did your colleagues treat you? How do they treat you? How do you feel working there? Like meeting people? Yeah.
Working in KBC has been so interesting. It is KBC has like provided an environment where it is so easy working with KBC, because it is very accessible, it's very inclusive, because comparing with other jobs that I've done before, I think they're not that inclusive. They don't think like they'll get to a point where they'll have to hire somebody who has a disability. So you'll find like sometimes they don't have like ramps. People don't know how to deal with you. People don't know how to associate themselves with you. How to treat you. But KBC has been so nice. It's very inclusive. People are very friendly. Yeah, it's been so easy, interesting. I'm learning, growing. Yeah, and I enjoy working there.
I'm so proud of you. So
Thank you.
proud of you.
Thank
Like, I want to understand something, like your mode, how do you move around town? And like, okay, now you with your sister right now, but like, are you always with your sister?
No.
How do you move around?
Usually I move around with cab. I once tried a matatu and mimi ni baby girl. It wasn't so easy, the struggle, being in a wheelchair, standing by the road and like, hey, I'm going to town. So then they see you in a wheelchair and they see like you're a burden. They cannot accommodate you in a wheelchair, like it's a task. It's a struggle also for me. But so I never use a matatu. I rarely. I've used it like twice or once. Twice. Kama ni mara mingi twice. So I move around with a cab, and I'm so lucky to. I usually meet those friendly people. It's so rare for me to find the ones who'll be like, I cannot. There are times where I meet those people, those cab drivers who'll be like, so you're in a wheelchair, I don't think I'll be able to. I once met someone who was very harsh, but most of them are so friendly. So I just get in, I'm like, I'm going here, so I need you to help me. So like from home, I stay with my friend. So she'd help me in the morning, get into the cab, and then go alone, and then to work. I have friends there, so they'll just like receive me. Or if the cab driver is so friendly, he'll just help me fix my wheelchair and then help me get into it. And yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Vivi. Me, I know Vivi, and I've seen Vivi for all those 3 years in school.
Yeah, she was
with
my
you.
campus friend. Yeah, she was so nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had so many good friends. I mean, if I
Ebu,
start
please just
mentioning them,
take a minute to give them their flowers.
imagine I cannot even mention all of them. There are so many, and I don't want to leave anyone out. But you guys are so great, and I love you guys. I mean,
You don't want to give people their flowers.
I always do in person. Yeah, Uko inbox. Yeah.
because I know Vivi wa
Yeah.
and okay, sisi tulikuwa tunawekwa room huko third floor, fourth floor, but I know she was a constant ever forever
Yeah.
in the same room.
Yeah, when I joined, I was given another, I don't know if I should say this, but anyway. I was given another roommate,
Eh.
but she was not so friendly. She'd do things, but anyway. So I raised it and talked to, what was she called? What was her name?
Nani ule mama
Ule
Brown?
mama who was in charge of hospitality and all
Eh,
the stuff.
eh.
Yeah, so I just told them that I'm not comfortable here and I'd like to change. So at that time, I'd met Vivian and she was so close to me. We were friends, and she was like, I'll come stay with you. She was comfortable staying with me, so they swapped. And the girl was so angry. My God.
She was
When
angry
she was-
because she was swapped.
Yes. She said a lot of unkind words to me. I even cried. Imagine going
Oh,
to
sorry.
class. Anyway, yeah, it happened. Those are challenges.
I
and-
didn't know. I thought Vivi was your roommate from day one.
No, we stayed. Actually, I stayed with Vivi like from second year, if I'm not wrong,
Ah, for
or
real?
the last semester of first year. Yeah,
Okay.
I stayed with that girl
Eh.
for that one semester, and then with Paige. You remember Paige from DJ class?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, for 2 semesters, and then now Vivian.
Also, then you're given a constant.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Now, let's get back to your job. Let's now go to the fun things.
Okay.
And let's get back to your job. So now, as a producer, you've mentioned like you do like 2 shows. One for like able differently people, and another one for women empowerment. What do you do like specifically? Like what kind of stories have you had? What was the one story that has left an impact in you until date, and you're like, who that story?
Yeah, the privilege that I get with doing this job is I get to meet different people, people with different stories. I'm used to my story, so I want someone else's story. You know, it inspires you in different ways, and you're like, people have stories out here, you know, and when we document these stories, we let them speak about them, and people can learn from it. People can know that you can still face challenges and still make it, you know. Yeah, so my job as a producer, I just do interviews, edit them sometimes, do scripts, making sure that it is transmitted. Yeah, just coming up with topics, sourcing for the guests.
No, I want to know like one interesting or one interview you've held
Oh, okay.
and left you like, oh wow, oh my god.
Yeah, so there's this one interview that I did with a certain very nice lady, amazing lady. She's called Virginia. This lady has a very interesting story. I just had her speaking and I was like, what? Imagine she's living with several conditions, and with all these conditions, she just like manages to become strong, to come out strong, just show up for herself, be a good friend to other people, you know, be a good friend to. Her story is so amazing, very interesting, very inspiring. That is one interview that I can say that has, I cannot like think of another one. Yes,
Yeah,
it
because
has stood out.
it stood out for you.
Yeah.
Because for me, living authentically means that despite the fact that every day we encounter challenges, I still come out stronger. Most especially these days, I think I'm also, I don't know how to call this, but I don't know how anxiety manifests in people.
Okay.
But these days I can just be sitting somewhere, and all of a sudden my heart races like there's something I've not done. You see the fear of bana, kuna kitu sijafanya ama kuna mahali nimekosea.
Okay.
You see that fear, but I then talk myself out of it and I'm like, calm down Doris, nothing is going wrong, calm down bana. Kwani nini naweza enda mbaya? Siziende basi, siziende basi.
Okay.
Like these, like the being able to shut down thoughts when they come, for me that is it. Like these days I'm battling that a lot. Like do you have such an instance in your life where you feel like you're battling something, and what is that thought that you battle, but also how is it that you deal with it?
Yeah, there have to be those days where a lot just happens. Sometimes you cannot really tell what it is, but you feel like, hey, a lot is happening. But like I say, one thing for me is like giving up has never been in my list. There's no day I will give up. I have never given up. I will never do. I mean, yeah, so I have days where I'm so low, but I'm like, I just go back and I always write down, by the way, when I have a lot going on. Writing helps me be easy, be relaxed, because I feel like I've now put everything that was on my mind to a paper and it's out of my mind, and I'm now fresh. I can now go back to doing what I was doing, and just going back to these goals and dreams that I have for myself. They just put me back to track again whenever I just fall out of track. And yes.
Talk to Sharon in 5 years from today.
Oh, girl, just keep doing it. I mean, Sharon, when I think about myself 5 years ago and now, so much has happened that I did not know would happen. So, like, just keep doing it. Do it the same way. Don't change anything. Do not change the script. Just do it the same way.
How is Sharon 5 years ago different from the Sharon of today in terms of like spiritually, mentally, physically, the stance, the core values you stand for?
She's still the same girl, but grown. She's learned a lot. She's been through so many things that has shaped her to be a better person. Yeah, so she still has her principles, her values, things that she believes in. She still believes in it, and she has really grown. She has learned a lot. She has really become a great person that she did not think she would be. She has done so many things that she did not think she would do. She's really grown to be a very inspiring person. I mean, I meet people sometimes and they tell me like, "Guy, where are you these days? I mean, you're doing great things." And I just feel proud of myself. Yani, I'm just I feel so good when I inspire people. Sometimes I meet a stranger and she's like, "Sharon," I'm like, "Who are you?"
Unanijua, mi sikujui.
And then people call me these days Jebiwot. Back then, people used to call me by my first name, Sharon. But nowadays, I like introducing myself as Jebiwot. There's so many Sharons, and
But
it's
few
Jebiwot.
Jebiwots.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now, like the end of last year and now this new year, I've learned to prioritize happiness. Happiness in terms of personal, like not doing things for the sake of pleasing people.
Yeah.
Like just choosing you first of all, then we can think about you. We are not saying that it's like tunakukat off where next, but knowing that if you do this will hurt you, and you cannot hurt you in the expense of other people, like in pleasing other people. That has been my key takeaway from 2023 to 2024 in terms of like just existing and living authentically. What's yours?
I think I'd say the same thing. I don't know. You were speaking and I was like, "Guy, you read my mind."
For real,
Yeah, that's actually what living authentically means. Living according to your values, your beliefs, being true to your personality, regardless of what people think, not doing what people want you to do, doing what you want for yourself. That is what living authentically basically means. And this year, I said that I was just going to do much of that, going by what I believe, not in what people believe, trusting myself, being true to my personality. Because the good thing about living authentically, you attract people, genuine people who will like you authentically for who you are, and not what you're showing them, and not what they want you to be. Living showing people or being what people want for you is really a struggle,
Yeah.
and it's so straining. So just living as yourself, giving yourself what makes you happy,
Yeah.
it's so nice, and it just makes things easy, and it just allows you to grow being yourself. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Like I totally don't get, like I can't even like put myself in your shoes to understand like how you live your life, because like I can't like I can only imagine it, but
You can only imagine.
I can't put myself in your shoes. But there was a time I used to have like a struggle with letter S, Z, like this, those people born with,
Okay. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And like it used to pull me down a lot, but I had this one teacher in grade 4, in class 4, nasema grade 4 na zetu zilikuwa
Zilikuwa
class in class 4, Mrs. Mwambela, that lady loved me fully, like loved me to a point where like that no longer mattered in my mind. I even forgot like I used to like live like that, and I would write the best compositions,
Wow.
the best, like that is one very instrumental person in my self-confidence at that time.
That's so nice.
And it kept me going, like it kept me checked, like it reminded me like you've got this, you okay, it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
you've got this. Like, do you have such an individual in your life?
I can only laugh because hey, where as you were speaking, and yours is so amazing because somebody realized it, and she was like, you know what, Doris, it's okay, you can do it. For me, I don't think I can say there has been someone who have, but hey, I had to guess this, how it's done. Nobody told me it would be this hard. Nobody told me it would get to a point where people would not believe in you, people would so doubt what you're doing. Sometimes it would get so hard, but I did not get a chance of sitting down with someone and opening up and telling this person, well, I'm facing a lot of challenges with this, people are saying this, people are doing this. I just had to figure it out. So I don't think I can really say, other than my parents, because sometimes I'd speak to my mom after school. Things would happen, and I'd just go to my mom and tell her, hey, this happened, but I could not like tell her everything. I don't like my mother worried, so I never like tell her the challenges that I face, most of them, or things, some of the things that will make her feel bad, because there was a time I tried it, and I saw it in her face, like she was so, I don't like seeing people wakinionea huruma ama you
Yeah,
get it,
I
right?
get, yeah,
So
I
I
get
don't
it.
like when my mom is worried and all that, because I can do it. I mean, I've been able to face all those challenges, and I came out strong. So I've always done it. I will do it, and I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I never had like somebody who would sit down with and say that she or he took me through. But my mom, my parents, my sisters, they've always like believed in me, and my brothers. Yeah. People say that I don't mention my brothers most of the time.
You have brothers.
See?
Hawatajangi, asiwadanganye, hasemangi.
Let me tell you something. From a family of 10.
I think like you guys are like 3.
8 girls. So you understand why I don't mention my
They are
and
somewhere
and when I was growing up, they were in school, and when I was home, they were not home. So we're not so close. I'm so close with my sisters. That's why maybe I mention them all the time. But I also have brothers, and they're so nice. They believe in me. My family, it's so amazing. They've held my hand. They've believed in my dreams. Sometimes I do things, and my dad is like, "Wow, you can do that." My mom, she's like, they're amazing people. They've supported me. They've been so nice to me. I've also had very nice friends. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. Sell yourself, Sharon. I want to give you 2 minutes to sell to apparent. Assuming I have a certain position that needs Sharon, but I don't know what Sharon can do for me. We are not saying that Sharon does not have a job. She
Okay.
does, but probably there's something she can do for me. So I'm giving you 2 minutes to sell yourself.
Okay, which camera? There's one. So Sharon is one dedicated kind of person. She cannot rest until she sees like something is done. I'm not comfortable until I've seen that like I've achieved something. So I'm so dedicated, so positive. I believe in myself even if you don't. I mean, yeah, that's who Sharon is. That is who Jebiwot is.
Sell your skills, madam.
The rest now you're being anyway. I'm not used to these things. I'm used to telling people you do it. Interviewing people.
Skills.
My skills. Well, why is this kind of hard? But anyway, guys, you've listened to me all through this podcast. You know what I'm able to do.
You see, watu wanapewa golden opportunity in this life.
You have an opportunity for me. Just call me and you will see. You'll see what I will do.
Anyway, that's awesome, and I'm so proud of you. I'm
Thank
so
you so
happy
much,
of
Doris.
the lady you're becoming, and you'll go like further and
Amen.
further.
Yeah.
So as a young lady or a young man who's looking at you today, who's feeling like the world is so unfair to me and to the people I know, for me, I believe that everything you do
Yeah.
has a big opportunity. Like, it's just a matter of you being persistent in it,
Yeah.
and eventually you like pop out. You like just pop out to be better. But tell someone who feels like their challenges are too many something that they need to hear today from you.
Challenges is part of life. You can imagine life without challenges. It would be so boring. Challenges help us to grow. It helps us to learn so many things. You have this one thing that you're so good at. You've done it so many times, and sometimes you feel like it is not giving you what you wanted to give it to you. So you cannot give up. Consistency, persistency. I always tell people the example of a man working in a quarry. They break those stones into pieces, right?
Yeah.
But it starts from as it being one big stone.
Yeah.
They hit it several times before it breaks. But it is not the last hit, or it's not like the last hit that broke the stone. They did it so many times for it to break, right?
Yeah.
The many times that they did that is what made it break. So just keep doing it, even if it's not giving. Just keep on. You cannot give up. Giving up has never been an option. It should never be. Just believe in yourself, and others will believe in you. Just keep doing it. Consistency and believing in yourself.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's very, very fantastic. I'm so proud of you. I don't think I can say that enough. Would you ever consider going into politics?
No. Funny enough, people ask me that question so many times. People believe that I can be a very good politician, but politics, no.
Don't you feel like this program of yours for like the Bold Differently could be done better in terms of legislation in like the assembly or something?
I can push for that in many other ways, but not being a politician.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
politics has never been in my list. I don't even imagine myself being one, but maybe I can. Things happen, and sometimes you surprise.
Yeah.
You surprise yourself. So
Yeah.
as at for now, I don't think I can consider being a politician. Maybe later in life. For now,
Okay, we're not saying for now, but you can have the aspiration, and you're like, one day.
no, I don't see that happening.
Okay.
Unless God has different plans for me.
You're not saying no.
Yeah, I'm not saying no.
Yeah.
But it's not in my list at the moment.
Okay. So for me, living authentically means that every other day of this life, you get to live who you are. Doris Wanyagia shows up as Doris Wanyagia. I know I have flaws, which is okay, but not trying to hide myself in a cocoon, but existing. Like, if I want to do something, I do it wholly and fully as me, but not trying to do it like Sharon or somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to copy your ways. I'm just doing it in
Doing
my
things
own
your
ways.
own way.
Yeah. Not like, not trying to fight for me ati unajua mimi nafanyanga hivi, no, but I don't know, like, existing you as an individual. And I think it's one of the best things we can do for ourselves as individuals.
Yeah.
Just living your truth, existing as as a true version of yourself. And at the end of the day, we get to have Doris Wanyagia, Sharon Jebiwot, but not a replica of Sharon Jebiwot in Doris Wanyagia.
Yeah,
And
so
I think that's awesome. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you.
Thank you
Keep
so much,
doing what you
Doris.
do,
I will.
madam.
I'll never stop.
Yes, please keep doing what you do.
Thank
And
you.
continue excelling. Shout out to everyone I know that has supported Sharon, or anyone else who I don't know, because I think I can remember someone like there's a radio teacher I can tell you one person that I know totally believed in you. Our radio teacher in campus, Mr. Kitua.
He still calls me today.
You
Each
see?
time I'm like, I'm seated in the office and my phone rings. Who's this? Mr. Alex Kitua. Shout out to Mr. Kitua.
Yeah.
He really believed in me to a point that I was like, Kwani, what's happening? You mean I can do this? What?
Yeah,
He really did.
yeah.
He really did.
And
Thanks
like, just know, like, a little kindness from your heart can like actually take another person very far.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing that someone believes in you, or like you showing your belief in someone can really like push them to greater heights you never knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah, that's my parting shot. Please give us a parting shot.
I can say that I can still stress what I just said. Challenges is what make life what it is. Life, that is what life is all about. Some ups and downs. But sometimes when we allow, many people tend to want to give up, and sometimes people really put in their mind what people say about them, other people's opinion of yourself. And people may have an idea of you, of who you are, but they might not really know who you are. So don't really believe in what people say. Always do what you believe is true. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to your personality, your goals, your beliefs, your values, and you will be a great person. Sometimes, let me tell you this. We have time, right?
Yeah.
There's one thing that happened to my was it last year? TikTok came, right? And many people were doing so many things. And if you know me so well, I like sometimes when I'm just chilled, singing along to songs, and just so it got to a point where I started doing these TikTok videos, and I'd just do them for fun. I did not have any goal. So sometimes when I'm relaxed, I'd do a video. So there's one time I did this one video, and I did not know things would happen. It really, so many people viewed it, and not people that I know, not people who know me, and many people was saying so many things, and they were even surprising me, because I was like, what are you saying? Because I did not shoot in a wheelchair. I was just seated, and I'm of short stature. So people were like, is this a child? Is this an adult? People are not nice, I mean, in the comment section. And if I wanted to give up and delete my account and do that, I would do it. But I chose not to. Because why? What people say is what they think. It's not the truth. You know your truth. You know who you are. You know what makes you who you are. You know what you have been through. You know, I mean, you know yourself. You know your journey. 15 seconds, and they want to say a
To
lot
judge your
about
entire
it.
life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't really listen to what people say. People will always talk. Whether you do the right thing, whether you do something wrong, they will always talk. So just do what you believe in, be true to yourself, and believe in yourself.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you for honoring my invite.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so much fun. I mean, talking, having this conversation. I've even what do you say about me? And I'm like, wow, you're making me feel like a superstar, yet I'm not.
Oh wow. So thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
This has been Living Authentically with Sharon Jebiwot. My name is Doris Wanyagia of It Pricked. It's a Rose. Until next episode. Bye bye. Sharon.